Hello, my friends. I'm June, and welcome to my channel, Live Dreamer, where I talk about books, especially about science fiction and fantasy. Today, I want to do a chatty video, so it's going to be a bit messy and noisy. I want to talk about my reading goals for 2022. I always have the problem that I try to deal between being a mood reader and a person who likes planning everything. I want to have the control of what I'm doing, and but at the same time I want to be or feel free to read whatever I want. So for 2022, I want to do some changes. I want to do some things a bit different than the previous year, 2021. I'm not going to talk about my uh, reading goals of 2021 because I don't remember, to be honest. I just made a video and I think I have read most of the books I wanted to read, but I have some problems that probably I will mention in another video. Um, well, for 2022, I want, how can I say, I want to feel less anxiety by reading books because I'm always trying to read as many as I can, and that's why I'm planning when I'm going to read. And but at the end, I feel very pressured by the time. So this year, I want to do something different. I want to divide my readings into three categories. The first one, I call it fixed readings, which are the books that I have already set a specific time during the year where I will read them. And because of that, I don't want to pressure myself too much because of the time. So I just decided I will read only two series. One of them is, of course, This World. I want to finish This World. It's becoming so long already, and I haven't read any book from This World series since maybe September, I think, and it's time to finish this series. Why I haven't read any book? Well, that's mainly because of the. I'm not tired of the series, by the way. I'm not tired. I'm really enjoying. It just as I have read too many books. I think it was September when I read too many books, and then I didn't do any review video about this series. So I was thinking, okay, I will finish the videos first and then I continue reading the series. But I have never done that, so I'm very behind my schedule. So that's why I stopped reading. But I want to continue reading in 2022, and I'm planning to read just one book per month. I still have to read 8 books in order to finish this series. And that helps me to feel less pressured by time. But at the same time, I'm free. If I want to read more than one book per month, at least I will read one per month. So I will be reading until April, I think. And the other series that I want to read, and I'm planning to read one book per month also, it's the series called Source of Truth by Terry Goodkind. Yes, another Terry. I have been interested in this series since last year, since this year actually, not so long ago. And I know there is a huge controversy about the author. I think he had a huge ego, and the books. I think the books were a copy of every possible fantasy book out there. So yeah, I know, but there are two booktubers. I think one is called Bethany and the other is called Liene. Yes, I will add their channels link in the description of the video. They are going to do a read along of this series within this year, and I think that's the sign to read this series. So I think I will like this series. I think I will enjoy it. Um, but I'm a bit worried about the length because it's, I think, 10 or 11 books, so I'm not sure if I will be able to read them all. I mean, I'm not sure if I will get tired, maybe. I'm not sure, so I will see that. And yeah, those are the two series that I really want to read, or at least I have a fixed time, which is one book per month within this year. Then I have another category, or another, yeah, category of books. I will call it priority books. These are the books that I will read first. Most of these books are books that I have in my physical TBR. I don't have too many. I probably have around 14, 15 books. Most of them are romance. Yeah, I became a fan of Debbie Macomber, so I have many books. I bought many books from her, and I have some science fiction books that I want to read. And I'm very eager to read, and I have a couple of children's book. So those are my priorities, and I want to finish them first. Then I can read other type of books. And the third category, I call it possibility, or these are possible readings. These are books that I want to read, but and some of them are in my physical TBR, but I'm not sure if I can read them as priority because some of them are the second book in a series, so it means that I have to find the first book in this series in order to continue reading this. So these are just possibility. I don't feel pressure to read them soon. And among these possibilities, I want to read some classic books. I'm very, very, very interested in reading some classic. I would like to read the Count of Monte Cristo. I would like to read Don Quixote. Maybe some Russian classics. The Name of the Rose. It's a book that I have been wanting to read since so long. And the other book is Wuthering Heights. Yes, I have to finish that. I know I had created a kind of challenge, like a study reading challenge for this book. And what happened? Well, maybe that's a matter for another video, but I didn't continue reading this book. I think I like the idea of a study reading a book, but I didn't like the execution. I didn't like the way I was doing it in my computer, so it became a bit boring. So at the end, I decided to stop reading this book. The book, I'm not gonna say that it was like an awesome book or I really love it. It was full of drama and problems, and in some way, I didn't like the dialogues, but I think it's still a good book, and I think I will continue reading it, but not by now. So it's a possibility for this year. And so those are my main categories: fixed books, priority books, and possible books. It's very noisy outside. I don't know if you hear, which is one of the reasons why I don't record videos during the day. Anyway, um, some changes. I have already mentioned this, and it's something that I have been doing during this year, 2021. I don't want to commit to Goodreads anymore. I feel that I will use it to get some information, to get the picture of the books that I use for the videos, but I am not going to read a certain amount of books, so I don't want to participate in the reading challenge. I don't want to set a goal. If I read 50 or if I read 20, it doesn't matter for me anymore. Actually, this year I read more than the previous year. I have read like 70 books, I think. Um, I think there are some things that are irrelevant for me. I know that it's important for some people, and don't get me wrong, I know that it's a thing, but I don't want to read based on quantity. So that's a motorcycle, by the way. If you hear it, I don't know. I don't want to read by quantity, so I don't want to set like 50 or 70 or 100 books per year. I don't want to read based on numbers. I don't want to read based on quantity of pages because I know some people do this, and in some way I would like to do that, but I feel that is not relevant. It doesn't give any value to me. Okay, I don't want to read based on gender or based on race or nationality. I know that it's a thing, so don't get me wrong. Because I know there are some people saying I will read more female authors this year or whatever, but for me it's irrelevant, and I don't want to sound harsh because that's not the idea. Because I know the idea behind this, right? We have read for years and years books written by all white dudes, and we want to change that. We have to read more diversity, right? But for me, it's irrelevant in the way that all I want is to read a nice story, especially if it's science fiction and fantasy. I don't mind if the book is written by a woman or a man, or again, it's irrelevant for me. I like reading science fiction, and if that book's um, if I happen to read 100 books written by white male guys, I mean male authors, well, that's it. But for me, more important than anything is the experience, the joy of just reading a book. I think there is nothing like just having a book in your hands and giving your time to read a nice story. That's what matters to me. So that's relevant. The only thing I think that is irrelevant, and I consider it anyway, is the cover. Yes, I read some books based on the cover because for me, I know that it's irrelevant. What matters is the what is inside, right? But the cover is the image, the image of this world that I will visit. And if the cover is ugly, I feel that this world that I will visit is going to be ugly too. So that's why I consider the that's a motorcycle too. It's very annoying to be to try to record with all those noises. Anyway, for me, what matters is reading more than the book or who wrote it, or in some way I feel interested in the Japanese literature, but it doesn't mean that I will leave a whole time to, or a whole month or a whole week to just read Japanese authors or something like that. If it happens that I will read, good. If not, it doesn't matter. So for this year, I want to base my readings or my goals on just enjoying and having a great time reading books. I have many books. I have bought a couple of books that I'm really interested in reading, and I want to enjoy that, you know. So yeah, that's it for now. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to talk about the channel because yeah, I haven't been consistent lately, and that's something related with motivation. I think I haven't been motivated to upload or create videos. There is another huge problem that I would like to talk in another video that doesn't allow me to create more content on this channel, which is a very controversial topic, but I will leave it for another video. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry if I haven't uploaded lately, but as I said, I don't feel so much motivated. But my plans for the future is the same. I want to continue reading. I want to continue reading fantasy and science fiction books. I plan to stop buying some books, even though I want, because I am accumulating some books and I need to finish them first and then get something new. And that's it. I hope that you have great reading goals for this year. If you want to share them with me, you know that I'm always reading all the comments, and I feel so sad when, for some reason, YouTube blocks some of the comments. It has happened like 2 or 3 times. Someone is commenting in my videos, and I don't know why YouTube doesn't allow me to answer. It's like they are blocked. No idea why. But if not, I'm always checking the comments, and I like when someone is commenting and sharing. And in this case, if you want to share any reading, it will be great. Thank you so much for um, spending time watching this video, and I hope that you have a great day. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.